Okay, so we are recording. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see it?
I see it.
Yeah.
6. Y'all made it all the way through. That is awesome. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Yay. So let's we kind of go over what you've learned. What's the matter, Debbie?
Oh no, Cheryl was doing a Cub Scout round of applause. That's
Oh. Yep, y'all are my scout ladies.
Yes.
So you've learned about product knowledge so that you can maximize sales and bookings. You've learned belief has a big factor in what you can and can't do, and you can train your brain differently. Talk to people out and about, book parties at your shows. Passion shines through, and we can't fake it. We have to really have passion, and it can influence purchases and bookings. I have to share today at my show, we had, hey Diane, we did the chicken fajita pizza in the double burner grill pan. So 2 double burner grill pan presses complete set. 2 of them full price. So anyway, I was like, oh wow, that's
great.
So, but we just talked about all the different things you could do with it, like we did at the meeting. And I thought, okay, I need to be using this at my shows more often. So, hey, Shelly. Diane, can you hear me? Nod if you can. She can't hear me. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. The host coaching is important so that you can have those high sales and everything. And skills, which is what we've been focusing on a lot, the first 4 or 5 weeks of this training, make a huge difference. So host coaching skills help have bigger parties, and that's where you get your paycheck, is you earn it in the host coaching and you pick it up. So I'm going to mute. Okay, that's no. Okay. No. Recruiting is just a conversation, and you can do an interview live with recruiting cards, with the 7-question recruiting, with Carol's recruiting script, and you always will be building your skills. Even 22 years later, I still try to learn and improve my skills. So that's something that we can constantly be working on. And fortune is in the follow-up. Shelly did a great job last week on customer care. I learned some good things in that, so I'm excited to start working on some of that stuff too. And then you have words to say, whether you're in phone or on person. Who made customer care calls this week? Anybody?
I did emails.
Okay, good. Okay. So make sure you implement that. That is one of my fall to-dos, is to start being better customer care. Right. So let me turn my phone on silent. Okay, so do we have any questions on customer care? Do you think it will make a difference if you do?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just really what I already know to do back from my days when I worked for Neiman's, because I used to do that, and I did really well on my commission. I was on commission sales. So that was over 30 years ago. So it's a muscle. It's a muscle that hasn't been used in a long time.
But the skills still apply. So definitely. Right. And so we had some customer call emails that went out this week. I want to challenge y'all to do some customer care this week. If you're going to conference, you've got 2 days still to do it. And then if you're not going to conference, you have all week. So today, we're going to talk about calendar management and personal discipline. And I really don't feel like I'm the one that should be teaching this. So, but it's good skills. I do good on some and on the other. So last 6 weeks, you've been working on host coaching, bookings, everything we just talked about. But if you don't put it all together and have a plan and do it, you've just wasted 6 weeks of your time, right?
Right.
Have y'all ever gone to a conference or a class and thought, oh my gosh, this is great, and then you come home and don't do any of it?
Yeah.
And so then you think, I just wasted that time. I spent all that time. I was so excited, but I didn't do it. So we're going to talk a little bit about putting a plan into place. Some people just talk through life. They talk, and then life is over. Some people walk through life. They walk, and arrive. So they're taking action. They're not just talking. They're actually doing something. They're moving forward because they're walking and not just talking. Do y'all get that? I had to read it twice. It took me a minute to figure it out. So don't feel bad if you didn't get it the first time. Okay, so we're going to think about ourselves today. We're going to do some introspective and kind of some self-assessment, because several of the things that we should be doing are things that maybe that we need to improve, maybe things that we need to change. So we have 15 things that we're going to kind of go through and talk about. So am I walking the talk? Instead of just talk, we want to walk. So first, do my host ever call and ask me things? If they're calling you a lot for things, then you're not doing your job well, because you haven't coached them. You haven't explained everything to them well enough. Are you punctual to your host homes, meetings, trainings? It sends the message, my life is more important than your invested time. And I'm always good about I speak for myself. I'm always good about being at my shows earlier on time, but I always tend to be late to our director meeting. And I need to work on that. So, it's something that I need to work on. So get to your shows 30 to 45 minutes in advance so you can get everything set up. You don't want to be scrambling and rushing through by getting there 5 minutes before the guests are going to get there. That's just not professional. And then when you're done, wrap up and get out of there quickly, which is something I need to work on too. Am I kind, courteous, quick to resolve issues, truthful, and knowledgeable? This makes people want to work with you again, right? And you know what I didn't do? Did y'all listen? I'm going to be very honest with you. I did not listen to the call that you were supposed to listen to this week. Did anybody listen to that? I'm going to back up a little bit. The customer care call.
7 points.
Is that what it was, Shelley? Okay.
Yes, I listened to it.
Okay. So what was your takeaway? I'm going to back up because I forgot to do that. Okay. What's your takeaway?
Well, really, he just went over things that I actually do in my job every day, because I have to deal with the public. I have to deal with customers. I have to be, sometimes they're unhappy. But so the thing is that, but it reinforced some things. It's just, you just got to make sure and listen. The main thing is really listen to them. If they're unhappy, listen until they run out of steam. And because that's really what they want. And they also, you want to empathize with them. They want to know at least you care and you're trying to resolve the issue for them, no matter what it is. So they want to know that you care, and when you do that, that usually speaks volumes, and then you're going to get more repeat business from that. Mm-hmm. So and then also the follow-up, which at my job it's kind of hard to do because customers are very leery about us emailing them and calling them about new products that come in the store. But I just take care of that through Facebook and invite them to like our Facebook page, so that way they can get it that way. But I can apply it here as far as I just need to be better at, I need to go back, through all my sales and my shows and make sure I'm following up with all the customers that placed orders, and do that. Have you taken it out of the box? I can't remember exactly what Shelley called it, but the out of the box thing. Have you taken it out of the box yet? Have you tried it? Have you played with it?
Yep. And like she said, it's amazing how many people have it.
Yes.
Like, you bought it. Why aren't you using it? Get it out.
Yeah, it was a big investment.
Yeah, made an investment. Get it out. So yeah, we need to definitely be doing that. Okay.
Right. So that's my goal, is to work on the 2x2x2.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Very good. Anybody else listen to the training? Anything you want to add? Okay. Okie dokie. So we did I'm I kind, courteous, and quick to resolve issues. Kind of like what Debbie just said, the listening. We need to listen instead of interrupting when they're talking. Let them finish what their statement is, listen to what they say, and then repeat it in what we say back to them with the resolution or a potential resolution for them.
It's called reflective listening. You reflect, you hear what they say, and then you repeat it, not exactly word for word, but you rephrase it slightly, and that way, in essence, did I understand you correctly? So that way, then they feel, then you are affirming what they said. You're affirming their situation. You're
Right.
acknowledging that you heard them.
And there's another method called feel, felt, found. You know, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way when, but what I found is this. So feel, felt, found is another method that you can use
Right.
for the same type thing. So good. Okay, number 4. Do my guest hosts ever say to me, "This was the funnest show"? Now notice I'm saying funnest, not funniest.
Right.
I'm not funny at all, but I think my people have fun at their shows. So you know what I'm saying? So it's not, you don't have to be a comedian. Or you're awesome at what you do, or oh my gosh, this was the best show I ever went to. When you have that, that makes bookings easy. People want to book with you. This is a big one. Do I spend too much time on non-income producing activities? What are non-income producing activities?
Busy work.
Such as?
Creating images in Canva.
Yeah.
But that's so much fun.
I know. Reformatting documents.
I print out a lot of stuff, and which is expensive. I need to be more like Cheryl and put everything in Google. But I can do a lot of stuff to keep from doing the phone. But I have been texting more.
Yay.
Shelley's texting messages have really helped me.
Good.
Fantastic. And happy birthday, by the way.
Yes, happy birthday, Diane.
Hey.
I had a big yogurt ice cream thing. It was so good.
Excellent.
No cake to lay around all week.
The other non-income producing activities is filing something. What would be an income producing activity?
Making phone calls.
Okay. What else?
Sending text messages.
What else?
Host coaching.
Host coaching. Opportunity calls. So anything that you can see income as a result. Filing a paper is not going to earn you income. Doing busy work, you know, stamping catalogs, you can hire a teenager or your kid and have them do that. Pay them, you know, I used to pay Cooper, what was it, a nickel, I'd pay him $10 to stamp 100 catalogs, or so that was a penny a catalog, but still, you know, that would give him, he would do the stamping because I didn't need to be doing that. I could be doing something else that could make me money. So what it says here is if you are stopped and schedule on your calendar, like we talked about, that power hour, you know, work in your office. I like to do pink for personal. Whenever I'm not going to be able to work, I mark it in pink. That means red, stop. I can't do anything. Whenever I have a meeting, I put it in yellow, slow down and train is the way I think of that. So pink or red means stop, can't do anything business. Yellow, slow down and train, business meetings. Blue is something new that I like this idea, or orange or whatever color works for you. When am I going to do that? So Debbie, you were talking about wanting to do your 222. Go to your calendar, mark blue 3 different hours this week, and that's when you'll do your office work.
Right.
When you do your 222, so mark it on your calendar, you're more likely to get it done. And then green are days you can do shows. So does everybody color code their calendar or sticker their calendar with what works when they work and when they don't work? It's a great visual. It's a great way to look at your calendar. And virtuals, you could do the same thing. You know, these are the windows that I can do shows. These are the windows I can't do shows, whatever, however you want to do that.
Just do it in my Google Calendar on my phone.
Okay, any questions on that? Okay, so number 6, do I procrastinate doing homework, making calls, returning calls, and emails? This one's pointing at me. So I won't ask, but if you do, this sends the message, my time is more important than you. And you know what I found is whenever I posted last week before I went to Wisconsin or like whenever it was, I knew I had to get certain things done. So I was intentional. I worked, I got it done. It didn't take me near as long as what I thought it would. And so if you would just do it instead of procrastinating, then it's out of your brain because you've done it. And then you can go enjoy whatever you want to do instead of it hanging back here. I should have done this. I should have done this. I should have done this. So quit procrastinating. And I'm talking to myself because I'm the world's worst.
Me, you're talking to me too.
You're learning from a bad example, but I'm really trying to make an effort to be better at that. So, are my host and recruiting packets clear, concise, clearly labeled, and professional looking? Are your catalogs all wrinkled? Are they all marked up? Are they torn? Are the labels crooked on your thing? Are the stamps upside down? Are the, just little things like that? Is your apron wrinkled when you take it out at a show? Is your grammar incorrect whenever you send a text or a post? So think about that, because you want to put forth a professional image. We're not talking suit, hose, heels. We're just talking professional. This is a business. Okay. Are my shows start to finish no longer than an hour and 15 minutes? That, I would say, your demo needs to be 45 to an hour. So you want to make, and then you need to be doing your orders and trying to wrap up. I would say an hour and a half from start to finish getting orders so that you can start cleaning up and leaving. You don't have to show the entire catalog at every show. Do you know why?
Because you have something to show at the party you book.
Exactly. Very good, Varun. Because if you show them everything, then they don't have a reason to come back. So
And they get confused also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can't make a decision. And maybe I ought to just wait and order later.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. But that's true. If you overwhelm them, then they just shut down and say, there's too many things, I'm just not going to decide. So good point. So.
And Angela, another thing that I heard in a training recently that I've thought, oh, I do that sometimes, is at your shows, if you find yourself at the end of your show going, oh, I forgot to talk about this thing, and you keep adding on to the end of your show, oh, I forgot the garlic press, oh, I forgot this. I tend to do that because I think it's all so important, but that's okay. Nobody knows in your demo when you forget something except you.
Right.
So it's not a big deal. Just if you leave something out that time, that's fine. They'll hear it next time.
That's true. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do I start on time as promised? I like to start within 10 minutes of the start time. Me personally. Some people start exactly at 7. It's a 7 o'clock. If you if you coached your host that you will start right on 7, then you start right on 7. If she says, well, there's so-and-so still coming, so-and-so, say, well, we talked about this. Out of respect for those that are already here, we're going to go ahead and get started. And then people will know that you start on time. And so the people that book know that you start on time. So, and if you have 10 people there and you're waiting on 2, what does that say to the 10 that are sitting there?
You're not important as the other 2.
Right. Okay. Do I fumble around doing my shows, or do I keep them fast-paced, informative, fun, and full of tips? This kind of goes back to our meeting last month, does it not? When we did that outline, the fajita pizza with the tips that you could learn, the information you could learn. It was fairly quick. It was so, if you go on and on, they're going to tune you out and start looking at the catalog or talk to their neighbors. So you're not engaging them. You want to engage them. That's why you want to have food tips. That's why you want to have product tips. What did I tell them today on the pizza? I said, we put the cheese down before I put the chicken mixture. And I asked them, do you know why I did that? And I don't remember, somebody said something. I said, well, if you put the cheese, it kind of creates a barrier so that stuff that is more liquidy, it keeps the crust from getting as soggy. And they were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So just little tips that you can share as you're going makes people want to come back again because they think they're going to learn something. Anything on these 10, because we have 5 more. Any comments or anything? Y'all are so quiet tonight. Okay, so let's go to the last 5. Do I really make 3 calls / contacts a day? I don't know who that is. If you do the 3-2-1, the 3 contacts a day, 2 shows a week, 1 recruit a month, then you will have a successful business. You also, the 3 contacts a day will help you towards your 10 contacts a week. So really 3 is a little bit more than the 10, but 10 2-way contacts a week or 3 a day, well, your business will be right on par and it will stay full. Is 50% of your business new business? We talked about this, gosh, I think at the beginning, about how if you have a show and you only get one booking, that eventually you won't have a business. Whereas if you get 2 bookings, you grow your business exponentially. So, and that's where you get new business, is because you're meeting new people and you're getting the 2 bookings. So if you're calling the same people all the time, don't do that. You don't want to alienate people. You want to find new people, which the 222 contacts for customer care will help you with that, because those are people that are not in your immediate circle. So new business is what grows and fuels your business and makes that tree really full instead of just being a scraggly tree with just a few branches. Personal appearance. You don't want to wear your little bustier and your tight clothes and everything like that. If you have long hair, you don't want it falling down in the food. You don't want to wear like stage makeup. You want to just, be natural. You don't have to be in a dress or dress pants, but if your crowd's in, jeans, then maybe you wear capri, kind of we were talking about, Verona, about business casual at conference. So you don't want to be in short shorts. You don't want to wear your Daisy Dukes. You want to be a step above what your guests are. So I can't wear Daisy Dukes.
I just want to say my fingernails matched our snack bar, and somebody commented on it.
Hey, I've got my toenails done blue too.
I just did mine today. That was one of the things I tried to lift it. I couldn't lift it that high.
I won't show you my toenails. You can see them at the conference.
Okay.
I'm debating getting mine. I got to get mine done tomorrow. I'm debating if I'm going to do that color too.
Did y'all see the one with the PC on it and the stone in the center? Yeah, I thought that was a little over the top.
I didn't do that.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, so beyond that, you want your nails to be clean, your hair to be clean, your teeth clean, your breath. I always chew a piece of gum on my way to my shows. If you're wearing sandals, either make sure your toes are clipped or painted or whatever. You just, like I said earlier, the apron, you don't want to have flour and chocolate from your last show on your apron. They're going to go, ooh, if this is like this, or her tool's clean, or, so pull your hair back if the hair is long. So, and that leads to 14, kit, clean and tidy. If you have your guests wash your dishes at the show, make sure that they're clean, because they may have just rinsed. So bring them home and put them in the dishwasher if you're not comfortable with that. It's totally up to you. Some people wash them at the show. Some people bring them home. That is your choice, your preference. And I know successful consultants both ways. And can you be counted on? If you say you're going to do something, or if you say, let me find that out and I'll get back to you, do you always follow up? So those are 15 walking the talk checklists. So sometimes it's hard to self-evaluate, but self-complacency, where it's just, oh, it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. If this happens, it happens. Oh, well, she said she'd call me, or I told her I'd call, but you know what? She can call me. You're not going to progress. You're not going to grow your business. But if you see something that you need to work on, then reevaluate your priorities. That I love that video that Jennifer posted on our director page that I shared on our team page today. In fact, I went and ordered the book because I just loved her honesty, I guess, would be the best way. I don't know if y'all watched the video or not, but I went ahead and ordered her book today. So let's talk about the last pillar. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, I deleted a thing by mistake. So our last pillar is will. We've talked about belief and passion and skill, lots of skill. So skill and will. You have tons of skills, and you should have that after this series. But if you don't have the will, then you're just taking a chance. You're not going to, it's hit or miss because you're not really applying what you've learned. So Shelly and I can't make you work. We can't make you call your host. We can't make you follow up punctually with potential recruits within 24 to 48 hours. We can't book your shows or parties. We can't make you play with your tools and practice new recipes. We can't make you earn a trip. We can't make you be on time and prompt. We can't make you want to share this business with everybody that you come in contact to. And we can't make you smile at everybody, but you can, if you will. I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, so it's all up to you and your will. So where the magic happens is usually outside of your comfort zone, don't you think? Sometimes you meet somebody that you're like, I should have talked to that person.
I like that picture.
I do too. Okay, so you can do it, but you have to believe in yourself. We talked about belief. And then take the steps. Use what you've learned and make it happen. It's not magic. I don't have to go abracadabra and it's going to happen. Apply what you've learned. And then you can have people booking shows, signing up to be consultants, buying products. It's a lot of spatulas that you can sell, and do exactly what we've talked about over the last 6 weeks. So what we're going to do to finish up is let's just take a minute and stop and think. In your business as a whole, in all areas, what do I need to stop? And what do I need to start? And what should I continue? Does anybody want to share anything? You want to think? I'm going to be quiet for a minute.
I need to make more phone calls.
Okay. So you need to start making more calls. Okay.
I take it in spurts.
You need to be more consistent with it, is what you're saying. Okay. Good. I need to start doing more customer care or doing customer care calls. So that's one of my starts.
Yeah, I was going to say the start for me would be the more customer care calls, because I think that'll naturally lead into the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything y'all want to stop?
Procrastinating.
That's a good one. Yes. I love your honesty, Cheryl. That's great. I know I need to stop procrastinating too.
I do know I need to start like setting my times when I want to do stuff instead of, oh, I'll do it in 5 minutes, 20 minutes later, still haven't done it.
So you know on your calendar. This is going to be my business hour. Okay.
One thing I have to stop is I have to turn off Facebook.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
Like I have to close it if I'm going to be able to really use my time wisely and get things done in a concentrated way.
And it's because we have things on Facebook, we think, oh, we can just leave it over here. But then you do that and then you get sucked into something else. And then it ends up being 30 minutes later. You're like, oh, where did that 30 minutes go? So that's a
It's
great
the notifications that get me. You get that 1 or 2 or whatever, and you think, oh, I got to check and see if that's work, because you feel like you're working, and you know.
Yep. Very, very true. Okay. Anybody else? I'd encourage you to write down. We all have something we can stop, start, and continue. I encourage you to write it down. If you're not comfortable sharing it here, just share it with your director. So I need to stop Facebook. I need to start customer care. And I need to continue to share the opportunity with each of my homes. And I need to continue host coaching. I need to stop Facebook. I need to stop procrastinating. I need to start. So those are some things that just off the top of my head that have come to my mind that I need to do.
I'm trying to get everything more organized right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of busy work, just trying to figure out how to manage information.
Mm-hmm.
And but once I get that done, then I don't want to spend a lot of time on busy work.
Right.
So I'll be able to stop some of that.
There you go.
Sharon, when I started, I would find trainings, I'd do stuff, and then I'd want to go back to them to check something, and I couldn't find them. I find that very frustrating in Consultants Corner. I spend more time looking for things. That's why I've printed so much stuff and used up so much ink and paper. I get so frustrated with it. But I thought Amanda's idea this week about putting it on Google and having 4 things and having the list to go with each of those 4 plans, I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I get tired of doing the same thing at each thing. So I'm always trying to, you know, the funny guy that y'all had us listen to on another training that's at conference, he says he does the same menu for the whole year.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't like that.
That Michael guy.
Yeah.
Michael Reeves.
Michael Reeves, yeah.
I think he does the same menu for a month. He does the same show recipes for each month.
Oh, maybe I
There's a lot of consultants who do that. I'm not even comfortable with that. So,
Yes, I've just chosen, I have 3, so that way I have 3 formats, and then I just maybe tweak it a little bit, you know, for, like, one host asked specifically for a certain kind of recipe, so I had to change that part and just find the tools that went with them, but I'm trying to stay with the same recipes because I think it'll make it's easier for me, so that way I'm not having to keep reinventing the wheel for each show.
Virtual is a little different in that if you have a booking off of it, you want to do a different virtual show. You don't want to do the exact same one. So having, you know, a couple different options there is always good too. So
right. So I got 3 different ones.
Good. Very, very good. So we kind of have done this. What do you need to stop? What do you need to start? And what do you need to continue? So have y'all benefited from this series? Have you taken some skills that you can apply to your business that you feel like are helping you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're not, don't just say that because you think I want to hear that. I want to know that to see if this is a series we want to offer again.
No, yes, because there's, and some of it's like things I just need to be reminded of, things I already knew. And then also I'm gonna be able to go back, I want to go back and listen to some of those tapings of, you know, different people, you know, from the conferences and things. That I'm going to go back and review those at a different time, so that way I can, you know, refresh myself, inspire myself.
I do. I like getting those too, and I haven't had much time to listen to them, but I like having the list of those and kind of those be associated with certain skills and things, so I can go back and look at them when I have the time coming up.
The only thing only negative I can say about the ones that are done at the conference, I try and put them like on my Bluetooth, so that way when I'm on the treadmill I can listen to them, and I can't because they're too. The sound is not loud enough. I can't hear anything.
Okay.
So that's the drawback to those, is that because I don't want everyone else hearing what I'm hearing. You know, I tried with my Bluetooth, my, you know, headset, and it doesn't work. It's got to come straight out of my phone. So, but but they're still good information. It's just, that's just something I have to figure out.
Okay. Anything?
Yeah, they are compressed that way.
Yeah. Shelley and I are working on revamping our new consultant training, which will be available to y'all too. We can make it available to y'all to see, but we're working on that where we will have it in referring to Diane's issue of finding things. We're going to try and create a new system, for lack of a better word, that makes it easier to find things by topic. So we are in the process of doing that. So
Great.
I'm making us holding us accountable by saying this out loud.
I'm excited about it. I really am. Like,
yeah, so
that's totally my thing. You know what I mean? When I was putting that together, if you could tell, Angela, I was getting excited.
I'm excited about it. So anyway, so that's just something that we're working, because, you know, as our team grows, we want to have something that is easy for people to reference and find and get answers to questions if they can't reach somebody, or, you know, they don't, if they're up at 1 o'clock at night and they want to do something and then they're like, well, I can't call anybody, they can go there. So we're working on that, but you still have homework for this.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say user friendly, you know.
Yeah, I think it will be. And then how-to videos, how to create a supply order, how to, some little things like that we're going to be working on too. So So you still have homework, even though this is the last week.
Oh man.
I know. So
Okay.
seriously, whenever I'll post the slides, if I can figure, I always forget how to do this. I struggle with this every week. So they're not pictures. I like posting them as the slides. Look at the list of 15 again and give yourself a check and A, B, or C, grade yourself on each of those points and say, what do I need to work on? And then commit to changing. Now, if you're like, I need to change everything, you can't do it all at once. Pick 2 or 3 to start with. Get those good and consistent, and then move on to the next 2 until you get them all, make your system. And then Michael Reeves, which is who we were just talking about, I love this, his top 20 business tips. He lost his career sales 9 times, but now he's $1 million seller. So write down all 20 tips and put a star next to the 5. And instead of sending them to me, why don't you just comment in this event, the top 5 from Michael Yoakley's video are, and you can do that.
That's a great video.
It is great. I think about them all the time.
So right, you'll comment in this event with your top 5 from there. So don't forget, the magic happens outside of our comfort zone. And those of us going to conference, we've got to remember that. Don't stick to your close group. Step out, meet people, learn. You spent and invested money to go here. Make it count. And thank y'all for working with us this 6 weeks so you can have a stronger business. And we will be doing a director bound after conference. It'll be in like what we decide beginning of October, I think is when we're going to start it. So we'll get through September, the changeover, and then we'll start a director bound, which is just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. That'll be our next training opportunity too. Any comments or questions?
Thank y'all for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. It's not easy and it's a lot of work to pull these things together.
It's good. It's good for me too. So it helps me too. So believe it or not. Okay. Well, thank y'all for investing your time. I'll see a few of y'all on Wednesday in Chicago.
Woohoo!
Well, have fun.
We'll see Deb. You'll be here next Monday, right, Debbie?
Yes, as long as I can hitch a ride, then that's, I got to check in with Sandy and Angela.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Well, y'all have a great couple days, and I'll see you then, and then I'll see everybody else on Wednesday. Or not Wednesday, Monday. Huh, my brain, it's fried. Okay, how do I stop?
All right, well, have fun, guys.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Okay. Recording. How do I stop? Oh, there it is.